Welcome to Canal Media's weekly roundup from the banking sector, from the government's mega merger plan for PSBs and India's proposal to raise foreign investment in public sector banks to AIBEA's concern over the draft labor policy, along with some key updates on Jan Dhan Yojna, RRB Autonomy and NABARD's review meeting. Here are the developments that shape this week's banking headlines. Merging for strength or shrinking for sale inside the government's PSB merger plan. According to reports, the union government is considering a mega merger plan that could reduce the number of public sector banks from 12 to just 3 by financial year 2027. The proposal aims to create fewer but stronger banks to boost credit growth and global competitiveness. As per reports, smaller banks like IBO, UCO Bank and Bank of Maharashtra may be merged with larger ones such as SBI, PNB and Bank of Baroda. However, banking unions and experts warn of risks to financial inclusion, employment and grassroots banking. India proposes raising foreign investment capital to 49% in state-run banks. The Indian government is considering increasing the foreign direct investment capital in the state-run banks from the current 20% to 49%. The move aims to attract more capital into public lenders while the government retains a minimum 51% stake. The proposal is a part of broader effort to strengthen the capital base of public sector banks and make them more competitive. Opening the door to foreign ownership of banks. Written by Professor Prabhat Patnaik, a distinguished economist and professor at Jawaharlal Nehru University. This opinion piece questions the growing trend of foreign ownership in Indian banks. He warns that it weakens India's economic independence, raises financial risk, and makes it harder for small borrowers to get support due to growing corporate control and liberal economic policies. Bank of Baroda RTI reveals employee resignations and exit interview process. AIBO-BOU response. The RTI reply from Bank of Baroda provides details of employee resignations, excluding voluntary retirement cases, for the years 2023 to 24, 24 to 25, and 25 to 26 till date. The data covers year-wise and scale-wise information for clerical staff and officers from Scale 1 to Scale 5. Responding to this, the All India Bank of Baroda Officers Union pointed out weak complaint handling, unfair transfers, pressure to sell insurance products, and lack of transparency in promotions as key results behind the resignations. The union has urged the management to address these issues and ensure transparent and fair HR practices. Shram Shakti Niti 2025. AIBEA flags concerns over draft labor policy and worker rights. The All India Bank Employees Association has expressed concern over the draft labor policy Shram Shakti Niti 2025, stating that it may dilute worker protections. The union said the draft overlooks key worker issues and could support steps that go against employees' interest. It also mentioned that the policy weakens the government's role in safeguarding worker rights and does not fully follow international labour standards. Jan Dhan accounts cross Rs 2.73 lakh crore mark, major milestone for financial inclusion. The Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana has crossed Rs 2.73 lakh crore in total deposits, marking a major milestone in India's financial inclusion drive. Launched in August 2014, the scheme aims to provide banking access to every household. Over the years, it has become a key part of India's financial inclusion model through the combination of Jan Dhan, Aadhaar, and mobile. Stakeholders have been urged to further strengthen and sustain this process. RRBs must have greater autonomy, free from sponsor bank control. Retired Canara Bank DGM. Retired Canara Bank Deputy General Manager and former RRB Division Head G. Suryanarayana has called for greater independence for regional rural banks from sponsor bank control. Speaking to Kanal, he said that RRBs complete 50 years. It is time to give them more freedom to work efficiently and serve rural areas better. He added that autonomy is key to improving accountability and fulfilling the original purpose of RRBs. NABARD holds 13 JCC meeting, reviews key issues in regional rural banks. The National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development held the 13th Joint Consultative Committee meeting for regional rural banks on October 28, 2025 in Mumbai. The meeting, chaired by NABARD Chairman K.V. Saji, discussed staff issues on HR, transfers, service rule, and more. Officials from DFS, SBI, and several RRBs attended. The Department of Financial Services assured that necessary reforms for RRBs are in process. That's all for this week's roundup. Stay tuned with Kanal Media for more updates and developments that matter to bankers.